amplifier dyno, so any and every mistake that we can do is going to be here for the world to see. So we'll do the amp dyno. We're going to calculate the power and everything. We're going to do it right here. And then after we get done with the amp dyno, we're actually going to sign the amplifier for Thomas Marshall. So Thomas, hopefully you think this is pretty cool. We're actually going to do a live amp dyno of your amplifier. We're going to pack it back in the box and send it your direction. And it'll have all the signatures on there, including the one and only Robert Hi-Fi Vega. I mean, that sounds like a great gift to me.
Sounds good. I will tell you that Kip run this on a 1 kilohertz sine wave for about an hour earlier. It still works. I don't know. They do things that we don't usually do around here.
Well, you know, I got to tell you, that is true. It's kind of interesting. We kind of noticed at the end, but we were trying to get the Certiturd to actually work as an oscilloscope, and it wasn't going to have that. And we were doing it for close to an hour. And during that entire hour that we were messing with it, that amplifier was sitting there playing a 1 kilohertz test tone, and it kept up and kept on going strong. So I guess that was a pretty cool that you got to see that in person.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't want to be blamed if it went bad, but I was worried the whole time. But I was like, Kip's got one go get out of jail free card. We might have to cash it in.
If that would have died, I think JW would have gave us grace, and he'd probably ordered another one that we could sign and send out to Tom. That, or we could sign the dead one and send it to Thomas, then send him a work one too. You never know. So with that said, here we got. Oh, Jesse Strawn, Certiturd. That is the new phrase that pays around here, and it'll get Ernie giggling every time. I promise you. He's giggling back there right now over the whole thing. So let's fire this up and try to do an amplifier dyno.
Do it.
You want to try to do it? So what we're going to do, we'll try to stay out of the way, keep our fingers out of the way. We've got to turn things on, and then Timmy's going to do his best job to come in on camera. If we need to move things to get a better view, we'll do that. So we're going to fire up the Lumi meter. We're using it as an AC voltmeter so that we can read the output from there. And to give you guys a real quick breakdown of what's going on here, we've got the PXi100BT. We have a really, really substantial lithium-ion battery bank under the table, so we have plenty of power to run this thing for days if we need to. But coming out of that, we have a dual 2-ohm fixed resistor, so we have both channels of the PXi loaded down. We're measuring obviously one channel on here. This is providing us a 1 kilohertz test tone that's going into the auxiliary input. This is allowing us to see the output, or the O-scope, so you can see the sine wave itself. And then we'll see voltage, and then easy math, we'll be able to calculate power.
Simple math. You got a calculator up here though, right?
We got a phone. we can find a calculator. We'll figure that out. So let's turn this on here. Oh, there's Ernie. He's back looking at us. So we'll get this on. We'll change the range on this. Battery good. So we'll go up here, go to the mid-range. And there's 1.01, 990. There. That's right now. There's about 1 kilohertz. So if you will do the honors, turn up the volume control.
All right, let's go.
Let's do this, or try to do this.
You better watch out. I'm known to clip.
Hey, you're in the studio with Clip Litzy. You are allowed to clip in here a little bit. So maybe I'm going to, I can see he's got a good shot. So you can see that we're bringing up the signal. You can see the clean signal that's on the O-scope here. Timmy's out there doing camera duty on that. So keep going, keep going, keep on going.
Oh, we're getting close.
Keep going. There we go. And then go one more notch. Okay, so that right there, you can see, if Timmy will zoom in on that, you'll be able to see it. Right now, we're probably, and this is just based on personal experience of being in the lab down here, guys, that's probably sitting there right about 1% THD right there. It's somewhere between 1 and 3, which is where, products like this are rated. These are rated like a head unit, which actually, these things are, 10% THD is how most head units are rated. So It's kind of crazy how they rate head units, but this is kind of in the same ballpark as this goes. But as you can see right here, we're at about 1% THD, 1 to 3. And we're getting 10.22 volts. Maybe I put this up so people, maybe, there you can see it.
There you go.
Do a little better. There you go. 10.20 is what it's reading right now. So that's our voltage. And guys, it's real easy to calculate power if you got gear like this set up. You simply take your voltage. So I'm going to pull out my trusty calculator here. And we got 10.2. So the way you calculate this, you take 10.2 and you basically square it, which means multiply it by itself. So 10.2 times 10.2 is 104.04. I don't know if that'll come up on the camera or not. Maybe Tim can get that. I don't know if he can or not. So that's 104.04. And then what you do is you divide that number by the load, or the resistor that you're running. And we're running a 2-ohm bank, so I'm going to divide that by 2. And so that comes out to 52.02 Maybe it'd be better if I do that. Is it easier to see there? It's just not big enough to see. But it's basically 104.04 divided by 2, and that comes out to 52.02 watts. This unit is rated to do 50 watts at full output, so I'd say we're right in the ballpark. And then go ahead and turn it down a click or two.
Yeah.
So let's go back up one click. So it's close. Down one's too far, one up's too many. So let's just go there. So that's 8.94. So we'll take 8.94 times 8.94. No, 94, Kip.
Yeah.
8.94 times 8.94. So 9 divided by 2. And so right at the clipping window, we're right at 40 watts, 39.96 watts. So I'd say the unit is meeting specs, no problem whatsoever. And
Man, she's not hot.
she's not even warm at all.
You notice how Kip is just letting this run like this. This is not recommended. Me and Big D don't suggest that you do this. 1 kilohertz at clip signal for as long as Kip talks.
No, or do this probably. Let's do this. Let's go to
Thomas, if we blow up your amp, I'm sorry.
yeah.
I'm
We
so sorry.
apologize.
It's Kip's fault if it's blown up. I just want you to know that.
Okay.
I'm an innocent bystander in this.
Okay, or there. You'll get that. We got 40 hertz.
40
Here,
hertz.
Timmy, if you can get a shot of that. We're playing, it's 40.8. The knob is very sensitive, but we're even playing
send.
40 hertz there, so full send. And that's at clean output. But let's turn it up a little bit and a little bit more. So there, let's run it back up that same voltage. So there's 10 volts. So does it pass 40 hertz? I'd say it seems past 40 hertz just fine. We're at 10 volts on the meter there. So what's cool about that is 10 times 10, it's 100. That's real easy. Do a 2 ohm load, boom, 50 watts.
50 watts.
So does it do 50 watts at 1 kilohertz? Absolutely. Does it do 50 watts at 40 hertz?
Yeah.
Apparently it does. So
The best part about 1 kilohertz is you can hear the transformer working.
yes, true. It sings well, doesn't it? But we thought this would be really cool to actually, do a live amplifier dyno on the actual amplifier that we're going to be signing and sending you, Thomas Marshall. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully everyone else who's tuned in got a kick out of this, actually seeing a live amp demo, a live amp demo. Live amp dyno. Yeah. Say that 3 times fast.
This is a Kip and Dave scene right here.
It is. Throw it away. But this is, if you're really wanting to see, when the amplifier clips, you need a no-scope so that you can actually look at that sine wave. You need to have a tone, whatever tone you want to use. 1 kilohertz is pretty common for doing testing. Of course, if you're doing a bass amplifier, a lot of Class D amplifiers, you want to use 40, 50, 60 hertz, somewhere in there. We did both, so you can see that what it does, it passes that frequency. It does really well on both of those. Read the voltage. So I'd say mission accomplished.
Yeah, we didn't blow it up. It's still good.
So with that said, I don't know how Ernie wants to do this as far as camera duty, but we want everyone to sign this. So what I'm thinking is, let's start with you.
All right.
So have you come around, we'll have you sign it, we'll let Timmy get you signing it, and then I guess we'll work through the line, and then we'll have Tim come up and I'll play cameraman and we'll get on, because I want everyone to see we're signing it for Mr. Thomas Marshall.
All right.
All right, cool. So we have a brand new, ready to go, silver Sharpie.
All right. Let me see. Should I take up the biggest spot?
You can take up as much space as you want to your Hi-Fi Vega.
Yeah. I take up enough space with my mouth.
Check that out. So Thomas, there's the first signature on your amplifier. We got Mr. Hi-Fi Vega. He has got his signature on there. So I guess I'll go next. That way we can get the rest of the guys in here. And there we go. There's my official, hopefully you can read it, signature.